everybody. I would apologize for my attire, but you know what? I'm on vacation. I'm in my PJs. I've got my glasses on. I haven't had a haircut. I don't even know how long, and I'm not going to shave anytime soon. This is what you get. I haven't done a video in a couple of weeks, and I'm really not going to have anything that I've filmed done anytime soon, so I thought I would just go ahead and just tell you guys another story. Probably something that involves
Tales from the Graveyard Shift.
So yeah, here it goes. This one's a little more tragic than the last one, but so here, another night at work. There's a couple of guys at the counter. We're just kind of normal, chatting back and forth while I'm ringing up their stuff, and all of a sudden we hear this big boom, and the lights flicker, and then they go out. Guy looks at me and says, I think a transformer blew. I'm like, no, I think that was a wreck. So I run over to the window, I look out, and up the road, there's a white Escalade just attached to the telephone pole now, okay? And I look up, and over top of it, it actually broke the top of the telephone pole off, and it's just kind of swinging over top of the SUV, the power lines, about this high from the roof. So I run back, I was like, the phones don't work. All the phones are cordless in that place. Do you have a cell phone? Yeah. Call 911. And I run up the road as fast as I can. I'm hauling butt up to this SUV. I get up to it, and like every window in this thing is just gone. All of the windows are just gone. There's no glass left in any window on this Escalade. So I run up to the front door. I look in. There's a woman. She's like bent over digging around to open the door, and she's like digging in the floorboard. And she's like, I dropped my cell phone. I'm like, I look up, and here's these power lines, swinging over top. Spark, spark. I'm like, you need to get out now. And I just kind of glance to the back seat. There's a car seat in the back with a baby in it. So I run to the back door. The door won't open. It's jammed. It's bent. And I put my head in. The baby's just like looking around like, hey, that was fun. Not crying, not anything. Just kind of looking around. I'm like, oh, look at it. There's no blood. No, it's not. It's conscious. It's moving. It looks normal, like a normal baby. She's like, my husband's going to kill me. I'm like, you need to, guys, I'm going to pry the door open. You get your baby out of the back, okay? She's like, okay. So she walks out, and I literally put my hands around the door and my foot up on the SUV, and I just crank that thing open, and she reaches in and grabs her baby and pulls it out. I let go of the door, and it's like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm okay. She's like, oh, my husband's gonna kill me. I wrecked his SUV. I'm like, oh, jeez. And there must have been an officer very close by, because I look around, here comes this cop just screaming up the road, lights blaring, wah, pedal to the floor. Yeah, he gets up there, and I'm like, I pull him to the side. I'm like, she's not drunk, but she's definitely on something, probably pills of some sort. Yeah, she was more worried about her cell phone and her husband killing her for wrecking his SUV than she was about her baby in the back seat. Now that I think about it, maybe it wasn't her baby. I don't know. It's a crazy night, but everything was okay. Nobody was hurt. The baby was fine. She was fine. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little more tragic of a story, but I can lighten it up though. I can lighten it up. Let me switch moods here. We're gonna go to a different store that I was working at, third shift. I'm just sitting like this on the counter, staring out the front, just bored out of my mind. And at this store lived a group of cats outside, kind of locals. They hung around. People kind of fed them, but no one ever touched them. No one could ever catch them. They said, I can't catch those cats. They're too fast. No one can catch them. I'm like, you're just not doing it right. They're like, what, you think you can catch them? I'm like, yeah, I can catch them. They're like, even if you could catch them, they're going to tear you up. I was like, we'll see. So there I am, sitting on the counter like this, bored out of my mind. What do I see? A cat. Go across in front of the door. I'm like, boing, I just hop the counter. I don't even bother going around. I just jump right over the counter, run up to the door. I'm like, whoa. Cat's walking away like, whoa. I hide, peek back out. Cat's like, cat creeps on around the corner. I'm like, oh yeah, whoa. Door comes open. I'm like a ninja. Up to the corner. Cat looks like still kind of trotting away. So I'm like, all right, now's my chance. Sideways, tiptoeing my way up to this cat, just working my way to it as fast and as quiet as I possibly can. Cat would look to the right, I'd move to the left. Still creeping. Cat looked to the left, I'd move to the right. Just kept right on going. Got all the way up to this cat. I get up behind it about the time we hit the center of the parking lot. And so the cat stops till it gets ball. And I am literally standing over top of this cat. It is in between my feet. It's sitting there just. It has no idea that I'm standing on top of it. And I'm thinking, I cannot waste this. I can't waste this. I have to do something to this cat. I've got to take advantage of the situation. So what do? I just politely reach down and right on its spine, I go, kitty. And this thing, this cat turns into like this pissed off ball of fur and claws. It's just screaming. This cat is going ballistic, batshit crazy, just rolling over in place right between my feet, just not moving. I mean, it wasn't even recognizable as a cat. It was like one of those cartoons where you see just the lines and the dust ball and the claws just randomly poking out. That's what it looked like, and the whole time it's just screaming, and I am just laughing at this cat, not moving. Tears streaming down my face because I am laughing so hard at this cat because it is freaking out so bad. And so finally the cat gets some grip and just shoots off behind the dumpster, and I am just sitting there rolling, laughing so hard, stomach laughing, eyes red, puffy, tears rolling down my cheeks. And finally I get a little bit of composure and I look over. And there was a picnic table at the end of the parking lot there. And I had no idea, but there was somebody sitting at that picnic table that witnessed every bit of this. Everything from start to finish. From the time I hopped the counter, to the time I caught to the cat, to the time I touched it on the back. Everything. And they're just sitting there. Not moving, mouth hung open, just in complete awe. I'm still like just crying and cackling. So I cackle my... Hello, light. So I just cackled my way back into the store, and yeah, that was Adventure of Cats. I love messing with cats. Cats are so much fun because they think they're so slick. They're one of the best animals to mess with. Yeah, that's all I got right now. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you later. Can't do that with braces on. It's just not working.